How's it going today? I'm doing a little product video for the new MTS thrower, the OSPREY. I figured while I'm doing this, I could show you my tips and tricks on how to hit these moving targets. First off, before you shoot, you need to understand your surroundings. As you can see in the background, it's an open field with woods. I know there's no houses, there's no people walking around. There's nothing in my surroundings here that I could possibly hurt or injure someone or something. We're gonna go into equipment. Today I'm using a 40-pound RECURVE. This is the bare mag takedown. It has the RECURVE limbs. You could also get longbow limbs, or you can use whatever you want. You just have to be aware of how far your arrow is going to go. So let's get started. Now, when you first start, you're most likely gonna miss. So, if you wanna have some fun and get used to it, it's best to start up really close. One of the tips of moving targets is you need to shoot where the target is going to be at the time the arrow arrives, not where it's at that particular time. But the closer it is, the less lead you have to figure it out. So if you're really close and you have a pretty big disc like that, you don't have to lead it too much, if at all. But, if you're just trying to hit the bullseye and do all that stuff, yes, you're gonna have to learn that lead. So we're gonna try the regular arrows first, and I'm just gonna try to explore everything. So we're gonna do regular arrow, hold the button, the wheels start spinning, and you can hit it. Now, for selection with arrows, there's pros and cons to each arrow. My preferred arrow, it's the arrow I always use. The pros to it, it's fast, and it flies flat, and I'm already used to it. So whenever I do these shots, I wanna shoot at least with the regular arrows, I want to shoot eye level and up, just because it's easier for you to recover your arrow. I'll demonstrate here in just a little bit. But this is the regular arrow. I'll show you how far this thing will go. All right, pretty darn far. This is the regular arrow. It's 201 yards away. And that's how they land when you shoot above eye level. That's why I shoot up. Now, I understand a lot of you don't have an area like this, but this is my preferred method. Next up, this is my second favorite, spiral wrap flu-flu. That's a spiral wrap flu-flu. Here's the flu-flu. The spiral wrapped, it is 62 yards, but they can travel farther. They'll go about 80 yards. So if you have 80 yards of room, good deal to have. The cons to it is that they're pretty expensive to buy, and you can make them, which is cheaper than to buy them. It's a little trick to making them. I do have a video in my YouTube on how to make them. It takes one flu-flu fletching to make it. But it's going to take some trial and error. You're going to have some wonky flying ones and whatever, and they don't seem to last super long. You're going to have to end up replacing them and doing other stuff like that. Now we're going to try a regular flu-flu. This is a 6 fletch, and you could buy these, I think they're like 15, 20 bucks a piece. Pretty expensive. So that one might have been a little over 100 yards. Here's the regular flu-flu. It's 108 yards. I've done it with 4 fletches and it works all right. But, if you were to make these, they're going to cost you at least 3 flu-flu feathers. Feathers, aren't cheap. The pros are they fly a little bit flatter than the spiral wrap. But yeah, over time, both the spiral wrap and the flu-flu, they'll start losing a little bit of its feathers, so it'll start traveling even farther and farther once you go. And then, of course, if you run out of all your fletchings, it's just going to fly like a regular arrow and go 200 yards. Next, we're going to try the regular arrow with the foam tip. Good smack. And as I'm making this video, it is 23 bucks for a 10-pack. And these seem to fly the shortest. That went maybe 45 yards. Here's the arrow with the foam tip. It's exactly 45 yards from where I was shooting. So you can do it in a more compact spot. So with this, you can use your normal arrows, just slap on the tips and you're ready to go. And they fly pretty good. They just drop really quick. The cons are they do drop a lot. It's gonna be harder to hit targets from further off. And like I had these for a few years now, so I don't know if it's just because it's been in the heat. The tips break off sometimes, but they fly just as far, maybe a yard further. Another con is it's not gonna get that satisfying stick in the disc, but you're also gonna get a big whack. So that's kind of another pro to it. Got the target going, we're gonna watch it. Now you see, that one's, the way the kickstand is, that one's a straight up and down target. So you don't have much left and right to think about it. You just have to think high and low. So most likely for this target, I'm gonna wait till it gets its peak and aim right under it, just at this distance. So let's put this target back and try it again. I personally like to draw back after the disc is thrown, but that's just me, that's how I prefer it. Less time thinking about the target, less reason to miss. So if you are gonna draw back, understand that the disc was up there. I see a lot of people drawing back and pointing right at the machine. You're wasting that energy. So kind of point in that direction, match the speed, and aim accordingly. So we're gonna do it both ways. We're gonna do it my way. And then we're gonna do it another way you could do it. Oh my God, how did I miss that one? That's hilarious. I clipped it, it didn't stick in. Hit the very edge. Bullseye. All right, we'll take that. Now we made it harder. We kept the thrower the same, but we moved it up to max speed and we moved further back. So it's gonna be a lot of thinking. So what I'm gonna try to do is gonna throw it up real high. I'm gonna try to find its peak and then shoot. And then however I miss, we just gotta adjust if we miss. So let's see what we got here. Perfect. Bullseye there. I'll take that. And that one hit it. Just bounced off of it. I got some of these weird points on here. A little bit rounder. Might not stick in it as well. There we go. Now it's fun. This is a real fun, satisfying shot. Oh, I hit that one too. Just barely nicked it though. That's funny how that thing just whacks it. I need a, maybe it's better to do the harder points at farther distances, the pointier points, I guess. So I'm not aiming too much. It hangs up there a little bit, so you just gotta aim just right under it. Maybe a foot or two, but just adjust where it's right and left. We got a little bit of wind, and it might be the way the disc adjusted. It might throw it straight up a little bit, or it might throw it a little bit more to the right. Who knows? There we go. Also, if you're shopping for these products like Bear Archery, Trophy Ridge, Sick Broadheads, go to the website, use the code JamesGene and receive 15% off your purchase. Save you a little money. I'll have the link in the description. it's going to be left to right. On my angle, it's going to be right to left. So you got to aim accordingly, match the speed, and get in front of it. So most likely for this shot, I'm going to aim down and left. So it'll be about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. For yours, it'll be more like 4 or 5 o'clock. Now it's going to be going left to right to me. It's going to be going right to left for y'all. That one didn't do that great. Might be just the elevation there. Let's do one more. Just to see if I get more of an arcing one. All right, so let's make it arc a little bit more. So let's give it a go. That's how you do it. All right. For this shot, we're going to make it arc a little bit more. We're going to put 2 clicks on it and adjust it. All right, so we have a low style arcing target. So since I'm using regular arrows and I want a better arrow recovery, I'm going to get on my knees here so I can find my arrow in the long run. And that's the low arcing shot. This one, if I'm gonna miss, I'd rather miss in front of it, because with the aerial shots, you don't have a backstop, so you can't really give you much feedback. And there's a lot of times where you shoot behind it, you think you're actually closer than you actually are. So if I wanna miss, I wanna miss in front of it. But let's give it a go and see what we do. All right, we hit that one. I don't know what happened there. I might have just caught the edge of it. I think I aimed a little bit high. Let's try it again. There we go. Awesome. So this shot is gonna make a trap throwing style target. So this one's gonna be going away. We got some wind, so it's gonna push it down a little bit lower. But this is very similar to like clay shooting. Let's give it a go and see what we can do. That's cool. So yeah, that's almost right on it, just a little bit above. Let me do one more. That's cool. All right, let's move on to the coming to. So basically what I want to do is I want to do the same thing, but I want it coming to me. So I just walk it down here. Let me just test it and see. And I think I'm going to back the cameras up just a little bit. The camera's moved that back. Now we got the clay thrower coming to us, which is going to be a rising and falling shot, but it's going to be closer, so it should be easier. Let's give it a go. Tire spinning. So as you can see there, it just kind of stalls as it's coming to. So that one didn't stick in. I think it's just got them bullet point. yeah, so that's a fun shot. With that shot, it's very simple. You just wait for it to stall, and it kind of goes a little bit to the right once it stalls. But it's like, I think if you aim bottom left corner, it's pretty simple. You can always back up and make it a little bit harder. So for the rabbit, all you need to do is take it from laying down to standing up. As you can see, I got a little bit of a location change. Just because with rabbits, if you miss on the flat ground, most likely it'll get buried underneath the grass. It makes it harder to find. So I like to have a little bit of a hill to shoot into so it catches my arrows better. So let's give it a go. Rabbits are really fun, a little unpredictable because they'll hit stuff and bounce. So probably gonna be some missing. Awesome. Today's just one of them days. See that one? That's what I wanted to see. I wanted one to bounce good. There we go. Awesome. There's a rabbit. All right, first shot. Ooh, got him. So the rabbit shots, the only tip I can give you with that one is, yes, it's a little unpredictable, so you gotta give it that. It's gonna bounce and do all kinds of stuff. But for me, I can't really tell you how much I aimed in front of it. We'll look back on the camera. But with this one, I tend to want to just aim further in front of it as I want to. Like, I think I got it right, but I just do it a little bit more. I seem to nail it that time. So that's my little tidbit for the rabbit shots. Thanks for watching the video. Until next time.